I was thinking like I should do like a story time, and I was trying to think of a story to tell you guys, and so I thought of one that I can tell. Now it's not gonna be like the most interesting story, I feel, but it might be a little funny. It was funny when I went through it. But so yeah, I'm just gonna get into it because yeah, I don't wanna take too long. I've been out of the loop for a while, guys. Really out of the loop. But I am gonna be posting I'm gonna record the Myers-Briggs personality test. Possibly next week. Maybe. Also, I thought about another idea too. So I'm gonna be going to I'm not gonna say when because I don't want you guys running up on me. Not that I really think you will, because like not many people watch my channel, but you gotta be careful on the internet, you know. But I'm gonna be going to a concert with one of my friends, and I might like tell the experience that I had because it will be my first concert ever. Like I've never gone to a concert before, so that would be like my first concert. And yeah, so it'll be cool. I might like share cool pictures or whatever, but I'm pretty excited about it. It should be fun. But yeah, I'm not gonna say when I'm going, but eventually at some point I will post that video. If you know, just getting some video ideas so I can be a little more active. So maybe check out for like 2 videos after this one at some point in time. But hopefully I don't think they're gonna be too far apart. So just be on the lookout. Alright, so to get into the story now, the title of this video is probably gonna be something like the time that I almost got into a fight for no reason. Okay, so let's travel about 11-12 years back with 11-year-old me in 6th grade, all the way back in 2011. You know, the fun times, the good, the interesting pop. We had the fun pop music around that time. Justin Bieber was popular. Well, he's still popular now, but you know, he was like really young and really getting into his vibe, you know. Let's think all the way back into those times, right? Okay, so I was in middle school. I was in 6th grade. Now, I'm gonna give you a little background about me and how I am as a person. I am a very reserved, shy person, like in real life. I'm not as shy as I used to be, like when I was a kid, but like I was really quiet, like for the most part in school. Now I did talk to my friends, like I had friends in school and I would talk to them, like to the teachers. I was really quiet. I was a good student. I never did anything wrong. Like I just wasn't that kind of kid who liked to getting in trouble made me extremely nervous, because I was like, there's no way. And I would very much disappoint my parents if I got in trouble. So I was just not the kind of kid that got in trouble. gonna say mine. Like, I'm not gonna say what it is, but we had an elementary school on one end of the county and an elementary school on another end of the county. And then the middle school and high school, when you got to middle school, both elementary schools would join together, and it would be like that all the way till high school. So when I got to sixth grade, I still was only really familiar with the kids that I went to elementary school with, and I hadn't really met the majority of the other students from the other elementary school. So now that we were combined, I was like, okay, at some point I'll branch out and meet, get to know the other kids. So at this point, I was still buddies with my two friends from elementary school. So I'm not gonna say their names, but I'll try to come up with a different name. I'll call her Kiki and then Jesslyn. So Kiki and Jesslyn, I was friends with them from elementary school up to sixth grade. So this is just such a wild story. Like, it makes no sense. So like I said, there were like fights every other day, and I think it's just because we're all hitting puberty. Like, it's so much different hormones that are going around, and everyone's just like emotionally strong. Like, it was crazy. Like, there were like one time somebody threw a tray at someone, a tray in the cafeteria. Like, if that is not wild, like, what? I don't know. I don't know what is. But anyway, so I don't know if this was in the middle. It was like closer to the beginning of the school year. Now, I don't know what happened the day before or what happened the morning of. I don't know what happened like when we went home the other day, but I wasn't constantly having communication with Kiki and Jesslyn anyway. So like, I would just talk to them sometime, like when I got to school, and then when I got home, I just was to myself. So I don't know what took place prior to me getting to school that morning, but I got on the bus from my house, went to school, and like I said, this was closer to the beginning of the school year, right? So I get off the bus and walk into the school, get on the bleachers, and I get into my spot to go sit beside my friends Kiki and Jesslyn. I was like, okay, that's my normal spot, so why not sit with the people that I know. Well, I sit down and Kiki is like really upset. She looks really upset, and I was like, oh, something must be wrong with Kiki. Like, what's going on? But I didn't say anything. Like, she had her head down and her face was kind of like, she just like looked like she'd been crying. Like, she just was not feeling it. She was not vibing. Like, she was upset. And I was just like, okay, what's going on with her? So I was like, Jesslyn, what's going on? And Jesslyn was like, she was like, just don't bother with it. Just don't worry about it. And I was like, oh, okay, like, I won't, like, like, that's fine if she wants to, I've learned that you don't mess with people when they're upset because they can lash out on you. Little did I know she wanted to lash out on me for no reason. But anyways, I was like, yeah, so I'll just let her be. But then she started like looking over at me, and I was like, what is she doing? Like, and I was like, Kiki, like, what's wrong? And she yanks her head around, and like, she's like, get away from me. And I was like, okay, calm down, like, okay, that's fine. But like, she like yelled it. Now it's really loud on the bleachers, everyone's laughing and talking, so you're not gonna be able to hear her yell that because it's just so loud in there. But I was like, oh my gosh, like, what? Okay, I will. Turns out I can't remember the exact details of how I found out. Either she told me or Jesslyn told me. But while we were sitting there, she was like, I think it hear it. Like, she was not hearing it. She's like, you said you were gonna cut me and blah 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 blah. And I'm like, what are you talking about? No, legit, I never said that. I don't know where she got that from, who she heard it from. It must have been hearsay because I don't even talk like that. Never in my life have I ever said that I was going to cut anybody. Like, never have I said that. That's not even in my vernacular. So for her to say that I said that, I was extremely confused. Imagine me, 11-year-old me, looking extremely confused. Because I was like, I have legit no clue what you're talking about. Because I did not say that. But she did not want to hear it. She did not want to hear it. She just kept getting angrier and angrier. And Jessalyn was like, she's like, okay, Tia, you need to stay back. You need to stay back. She was like, just don't bother her. Don't bother her. And I was like, I'm not trying to. I just don't understand. So that was getting me like freaked out because it looked like she was getting angry. And I was like, okay. Like, I was like, okay, I will back away. Like, I don't, like, it was getting me nervous. I had anxiety because I was scared that she, like, wanted to do something to me. So, I'm trying to, like, stay away or whatever. And the bell rings to go to first period. So, the bell rings, everyone's getting off the bleachers and stuff. Everyone's getting off. Me, I'm starting to walk, but I'm trying to, like, get out of the way of her. But she is starting to lunge towards me. Like, she wants to, like, you know, land a punch in my face. I was like, oh my god, like, I was so freaked out. And Jessalyn, my savior, she grabs Kiki and, like, holds her back, and she was like, no, you're not. And I was like, I sprinted off. I was like, no, I am not doing this today. Like, because I'm not gonna fight either. I'm like a pacifist, okay? I'm not fighting. So if she fought me, she would win. And I was like, no, there's no way, because I'm not fighting you. I am not fighting you. Like, I'm not getting suspended. I was just thinking of all this stuff that was gonna happen. I'm gonna get suspended. I'm gonna have a black eye. Like, my parents are gonna be so, like, to think that I would have gotten into a fight for no reason is insane to me. So, I am so glad for Jessalyn holding Kiki back, because that would have been the end of me. I wouldn't be here today, you know what I'm saying? I'm kidding, but you know what I mean. So I sprinted off to first period, and thank goodness she was not in my first period. Like, oh my gosh. So the day goes on, and I think, did we have lunch or did I have fourth period first? I always forget. I want to say I had lunch first. So I saw her at lunch, but I was like, I'm not sitting with you. That day I decided to sit somewhere completely different, because I was like, I'm not sitting with Kiki and Jessalyn today. Like, there's no way I'm doing that. I sat somewhere completely different, but I did spot her across the cafeteria, and she, like, gave me a mean look. And I was like, okay, like, I'm not dealing with this. Like, I don't know what I'm getting, like, I'm getting scowled at for doing literally nothing. Like, so, anyways, lunch happens. I sit somewhere completely different. And then we go to fourth period. So she's not in my fourth period class. Fourth period was history for me, so I go to history. And in the middle of class, the intercom for my specific classroom comes on, and they were like, Miss So-and-so, can you send Tia to guidance? And I was like, oh my gosh, are you joking? I knew exactly what it was about. And I'm like, why am I about to go to guidance for the first time ever for no reason? I was like, you've got to be kidding me. It sucked really. So room, I go up to the front office, and instead of guidance, they actually take me to the principal's office. They tell me to go to the principal. Now, I'm telling you, this is like my first real interaction with my principal because I just was never a bad kid. Like, my first time having to do anything like this. So I go to the principal's office, and Kiki is sitting right there in one of the seats. And my principal is on the phone talking to someone, eating a salad. Like, she's eating her salad on the phone talking with someone. And the seat, like, beside Kiki is right there, so I take that seat in front of the principal. So she's just talking on the phone, eating her salad, and then finally she's like, okay, I have to go. I have to handle a quick matter with some students. And she gets off the phone. I don't think she stopped eating her salad, actually. I think she just kept eating her salad. But I'm sitting there nervous because, like, oh my gosh, like, this is the worst situation ever to me. And anyway, so my principal's just like, so what's going on here? Like, what's happening here? I didn't say a word. I let Kiki talk, and Kiki's like, she said she was gonna cut me and blah 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 blah. And she was like, okay, that's enough. She was like, and what is your side on the matter to me? And I was like, I never said that at all. I don't know what she's talking about. Like, I really did not say that. I have no idea. So, I just think the way my principal handled this was so funny. So she was like, okay. She's like, I got you. She was like, so Kiki, did you hear Dia say this about you? And Kiki was like, well, no, I didn't hear her say it. And she was about to go into something else. She was like, somebody, blah, blah, blah. And she was like, stop. She was like, okay. She's like, so, if you didn't hear her say it, then how do you know that she said it? And she was like, and Kiki was like, well, I guess that's a good point. And so my principal was just like, alright, so what's the problem here? Like, what problem do we have here? And Kiki was like, I guess there is no problem. And my principal was like, okay, you guys can go. Like, are you kidding me? Really? It took that much for Kiki to be fine. When I tell you, I was relieved. Like, I had a sigh of relief, but at the same time, I was like, really? So, me and Kiki walk out, and we start going back to class. Now, I'm still not feeling Kiki right now, because I'm like, it took you that quick to be just fine about the matter. And I'm just kind of like looking at her like, and she's like, man, that wasn't that bad at all. Like, we got through that. She was like, that was great. And she's laughing with me. And I'm like, girl, don't think that we are fine. Like, what is wrong with you? Like, I was thinking that in my head, but I'm like, okay, I don't want to cause any more problems. But at the same time, I'm like, yeah, we got through that alright. Like, I was like, okay, whatever. She went on to class, I went on to class, and in my head, I was thinking, alright, it's time for me to find some new friends. I was like, it's time for me to get to know the other elementary kids. It's time for me to get to know them. Because if this is how things are gonna be, there is no way I'm gonna continue hanging out with Kiki and Jesslyn. No offense to Jesslyn. Like, Jesslyn was nice, but Jesslyn was tied to Kiki. Like, so if I hung out with Jesslyn, I'd have to hang out with Kiki. And I didn't want to hang out with Kiki anymore. So, I liked Jesslyn, but I was just like, I have to go my own way. I have to pull a Gabriella. I gotta go my own way, you know? So, I was like, no, I gotta find new friends, which I did. And, the friends that I did find, stories were my saviors in middle school. After I left Kiki and Jesslyn, I would talk about them too, but I don't want this video to be too long, so if you guys want more middle school stories, I'm down with that. But that was probably my most like random, like crazy, like I know that's not that crazy of a story, but it was probably like my most random crazy experience in middle school. It's just so weird, but and now I will say this. I am fine with Kiki and Jesslyn now. Like I'm friends with them on Facebook. I see them sometimes, like I used to work at the hospital that I work at now. I used to work with Jesslyn because she was a nurse. So and then Kiki, I saw her working somewhere like around here. I don't know if she's still here now, but me and her are fine now. Like she ended up moving, and then I guess she came back recently. But we're fine now. That was just middle school, dumb preteen. Well, yeah, dumb preteen drama. Okay, that was just dumb preteen drama. So like we're good now. But at the time, that was legit drama to me, and I just thought it was crazy. Like no. Anyways, guys, I think that's it. Like I said, if you want more middle school stories or high school stories, whatever, I've got more of that I can do if you want that. So those are like my ideas that I have for my next videos. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video and it gave you a laugh. And if not, then that's fine too. But you can still leave a like and subscribe.